Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome into my Panthers versus Broncos 2017 NFL season opener. I think it's the 2000, we're calling it 2000, or is it 2016 2017 season opener? I got to tell you, today felt like Christmas in some way. The way you felt as a kid during Christmas time or Christmas Day. That's how I felt all day today at work, thinking about the season and things like that. If you're new here, I'm a Rams fan, so I got a lot of things to look forward to this season now, being back in LA. But tonight, season opener, Panthers versus Broncos, a rematch from Super Bowl 50. And I called this Super Bowl correct, and tonight I was wrong. Main reason why I was wrong was Trevor Siemian. State of Connecticut, hometown cooking. I'm from Connecticut, live in Connecticut. 7th round pick, but this guy, 18 of 26, was a 178. Probably should pull this up here. 18 for 26, 178 yards, with a touchdown. He looked really good tonight. I did not expect him to look half as good as he did tonight. He took off with the ball when he needed to. He had really good accuracy on his short throws. He checked down to the backs. He played a really good game. The only thing, looking at him and seeing him play, the only issue I seen with him was he does not look out for his receivers. Now, it was his first NFL game. I'm just saying what I looked at and saw. As many times he was leading these receivers into a chance of getting destroyed by leading them too much, and so on and so forth. But he played really well. And C.J. Anderson, 20 carries, 92 yards. He's getting better and better as every season goes by. But this game, what a great way to open a season with going down 1 point. You have the NFL MVP and Cam Newton, and you have the defending champs. Rematch from Super Bowl, and it comes down to a field goal kick, 50-yard field goal kick missed by Graham Cano after a timeout by Gary Kubiak and the Broncos. Just a few things. Carolina on offense. They blew a lot of timeouts tonight. Not too sure really what was going on. Can't be crowd noise. I don't think it was crowd noise that was preventing them from getting their play called or snapping the ball or anything like that. They called 2 timeouts in the first, 5 minutes of the game or something like that. But I expect Carolina to be in it at the end. I expect Denver to make the playoffs, even despite me not thinking Simeon would play so well and that the Broncos would lose. I did predict the Broncos to snatch a wild card seed this year. Let me see what else I have written down that I would trying to not explain everything that happened in the game, but just talk about a few things. I'm not sure how I feel about the new penalty for unsportsmanlike, where you get 2 and you're thrown out. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, but I do hate the kickoffs and touchbacks at the 25. That's the extra 5 yards. This means something. It has to. But I don't get it because a few years ago, they moved the kickoff line. They moved the kickoff line forward, and every kicker was booming these things into the end zone. Now they're giving 5 yards for these kicks because now they want the kickoff team to make a tackle. But one of the reasons to move the kick up further was, I guess, to prevent injuries or something like that. But I don't know what the league is doing there. And the hit from, I think, Darren Stewart on Cam Newton on the last drive, you can't prevent every helmet to helmet hit. You can't do it. The game is too fast. The guys are too big, too strong, too fast, for some of these penalties on these helmet to helmets. I definitely don't like that. Makes the game a lot softer. I understand why they're doing it, but I don't like it because I just feel like you can't really prevent it. It would be, the way I look at that call should be made is somewhat of how taking charge in the NBA is called. It's really a case by case, or you should say a play by play call. Really, if you think about it, it should be a play by play call, because some calls on these helmet to helmets, you can, as I'm trying to think about it here, it's just a really difficult call to make because of how fast the game is. But I think on a really clear hit on a defenseless receiver, a kind of a dirty play, a nasty play, I think that's when it should be called. But not when a guy is just trying to make a play. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Guys, in the comment section, let me know your thoughts about that. But a great way to just start the season off. Good game. Simeon, now I have to see how he's going to play when the league get a little bit of tape on him. You know, the league is going to get some tape on him. Defensive coordinators are going to start game planning for this guy. Corners are going to start looking at what he do and things like that. So let's see how he plays from here on out when the league gets some footage on this guy, because I think he split snaps at Northwestern or something like that. So let's see what happens there. But I'm predicting Panthers to be in it at the end. Predicting Denver to make the playoffs. And really quick, if I pull up my divisional winners and wild card and stuff like that. I think I talked about it on my podcast. Guys, go check that out. In the AFC East, I have New England being the 1 seed. I have Pittsburgh being the 2. I have Jacksonville coming out of the AFC South 5th, and Oakland 4th. That sounds very crazy. My phone down here. That sounds very crazy, as much as me looking at it and saying it sounds crazy. Jacksonville and Oakland in the playoffs. Has that not happened since 2000 or 2002, somewhere around there? You got Mark Brunell as quarterback and probably Rich Gannon, probably back a little over a decade now. That happened. I got Cincinnati the 3 and Denver the 6. So pretty much I'm saying that Cincinnati will have the best record, but they won't win their division. For you people that watch the league but don't understand, I guess, seedings and standings and things like that. It's a weird situation with that. And in NFC, I have Seattle the 1, Carolina the 2. I did have Minnesota as being the best team in the NFC, but with what happened to Teddy Bridgewater, with what happened to him, I totally took Minnesota out of my playoff prediction. I had him as number one, but without him, I don't think they're making the playoffs. You're probably looking at 5-11, 6-10, something like that. You give AP the ball 35, 38 times a game. I can etch him in. I can etch him in for like 7-9 or something like that. So I have Green Bay winning the North, being the 3rd seed. I have the Giants. I think Eli Manning is going to light it up this year. I think he's going to have a really, really good year. I have the Giants, the 5th seed. I have Arizona taking the wild card and being the 4th. I have Washington being the 6th. Now, before you talked to me back in July, I would have had Cowboys winning the East. I would have had Dallas winning the East. I'm a Tony Romo supporter. I think when he's right and he's healthy, there's maybe 7 to 8 quarterbacks that are better than him. 7 to 8. Maybe 7. Maybe he is the 7, so maybe there's just 6 other guys better than him when he's right and he's healthy. No Romo. Dak Prescott, like I said, preseason games, let's see what he does in the regular season when it counts. The league kind of knows about him because of how much he blew up in preseason. So let's see what happens there. So Washington is taking the 6th seed, last wild card spot for me. AFC Championship. I have Steelers versus the Patriots. Now, over a lot of years in the playoffs, Steelers cannot defend well against the Patriots. They just don't. And as I was looking around my my playoff picture in the AFC, I'm looking and saying there's no team that could really upset New England. I just don't really see it. Oakland coming from California to Massachusetts, it's in a playoff situation in January. That's not happening. Cincinnati's like the Atlanta Hawks. You know, great regular season, one and done. Denver. If Trevor Siemian continues to play like he played tonight, you talk to me in December, my mind might change. Denver might be the team to be able to beat New England because of how much pressure they're able to get on the quarterback. Who else? So I went with kind of a reverse of what history has told me. and said at some point, I'm guessing it will stop. I have no real reason to say it should stop, that Brady dominates Steelers in the playoffs. No reason but me saying, I guess it happens. Or in some ways, me hating every Boston team. I hope it happens. So I have the Steelers coming out of the AFC, and in the NFC Championship, I have Arizona and Seattle. You know, you'll usually get one of those. You have a good chance of getting one of those in-divisional rivalries when it comes down to our last four teams in the championship Sunday. So I have Arizona and Seattle. I think Russell Wilson, if he is not MVP, he will be top three. I think he's going to light it up this year. He's going to look great this year. Arizona versus Seattle. I have Arizona winning up in Seattle. I have Arizona winning up in Seattle. I think they have a really great defense, some wide receivers, solid running, a good quarterback. I think they can do it. In Arizona and Pittsburgh is my Super Bowl, and I'm guessing or predicting, this is the same thing, that Arizona will be the Super Bowl champs. For some reason, I have this feeling that our Super Bowl winner this year in NFL is going to be a team that the majority people, I don't want to say don't care for, or just I should say not as popular. I have that feeling. I have that feeling that our Super Bowl winner is not going to be someone that the majority of fans anywhere besides Arizona and New Mexico and things like that around Arizona, all the states around Arizona, really cares for. I have that weird, strange feeling. Maybe I should word that differently. But that's my thoughts. So Arizona and Pittsburgh, my Super Bowl teams. Great win and a good start for Denver tonight. Guys, get in the comment section. Let me know your teams. Let me know your thoughts about tonight's season opener. We had a good one. Let me know your Super Bowl predictions. And if you want to go crazy and put down your divisional winners and your wild card teams and all of that, but definitely put down your Super Bowl predictions. I would love to see them. Thanks for listening. Make sure you like the video, subscribe. And Monday morning podcast is definitely coming up. Guys, I'll check it with you later. I'm out.